Hi everyone, blessings to you. This is Sunny, and this is video 3, I believe. I better check on that. Today is Friday. Today's Friday the 29th of May, 2020, here in Los Angeles. And pretty soon you know who I am and what day it is probably, but because when you come to watch the video it'll tell you. And so I may not repeat that every time. So what video is it? I'll find out right now. Some days I have my focus, and some days it is elsewhere. Okay, so the let's do it on this one. Click on this. I'll put some music on in a minute too. Okay, so we have season 1 of video 7. Okay, that was from season 1. Okay, so yeah, this is video number 2. Season 3, video number 2. So it'll be on top on my Facebook page. I started a Patreon today, but I still have to find the right link so it goes to the right because it didn't show up. But anyway, I tried my best, and hopefully it's something that you would anyway, you'll see it. It's up to you what you think of it, how you feel about it. I hope you like it. So it's video 2, and here we are to report and share our expectations for the next 24 hours and share what happened in the last 24 hours. Since it was an evening, I think it's 36 hours actually since I made video 1. So what shall we talk about? The main important thing, of course, is healing God's suffering and therefore helping the people on earth that are suffering. That's God's sons and daughters. We are all God's sons and daughters, and we feel for each other. And we live in a world that in the mainstream it doesn't talk about that. So it's something that we need to maybe at first consciously remind ourselves. That's what I try to do. Constantly remind myself. That's the point of the videos here. What God needs us, what God would be most happy seeing us do. And I think it is helping in any way we can to relieve the suffering of His children. And I would say that, even if the whole world, some people maybe feel God more than others, but rather than not feeling God's love as much, I think the more intense, the more severe situation is with the children that actually don't have things to eat or a place to live or the right clothing and proper health care, transportation, or communication, and have to work many hours in order to receive very little or maybe not enough. So that is what we established. Oh yeah, and also we established that we're going to make these short videos because they do upload quite fast, and so I'll limit them to 14 minutes. I mean, we did 20 or some odd minutes before. It was 30 minutes. It was the above 29 minutes that started, I think, that prevented videos 25 through 29 not to be able to upload. So we're going to keep it to 14 minutes, and we're at 4.5 minutes now. So let's see what exciting and beautiful things God will open the door to for us today here. Because when we listen to God, I have a friend to prove this point. When we listen to God, God pays attention, and when we seek God, God seeks us back. who just goes every day at a certain, makes time every single day to go and write music, or express his ideas for movies, or he's a music producer, he's a music player. He plays music. He acts in feature films. He's in, you know, he's in a movie right now, and he's been in them before. And anyway, he sets time aside to be creative because he just loves it. And he's helped me connect with God more closely. And I feel God very strongly through him. And so that's been a real help. So the more we pay attention to God each day, to find God in a deeper way, or anyway, I'm speaking in the first person. I say we, but I'm saying it because it is me who is in the position that I'm in, and there's probably other people in this position as well. So, so what is the great news? The great news is the goal and the hope that we have for God and each other to reach heaven on earth. And that is the place where the children can be happy, and the children can reach their dreams, and they can all be comforted in having their dreams and allowed to do things they wish to do. I think school is a bad idea because children are so young and they need to understand freedom before they're told to, say the Pledge of Allegiance and all these things that children aren't ready to commit to. I pledge. The kid is 4 or 5 years, 6 years old, and they're pledging something. Barely know what the word pledge means. So if we want free and happy people, and we want heaven on earth, I think it's very, very important to love, to want to have children have what they want. The purpose, I think, God's purpose in creating us is to live for the sake of each other. In other words, I live to make children happy, to make my ancestors and my family happy, and they all live to make me happy, which is wonderful, and we all live to make God happy, and vice versa. So I think it's good for us. Yeah. So heaven is ahead. We are speaking of heaven and thinking of heaven because we know it's there, and we know if we pay attention to it and focus upon it, then we will be there ever closer and inside heaven and surrounded by heaven and surrounded by people that are also in heaven, because opposites attract. So that means men and women, but also we attract those who have a similar level of love to ourselves. So we are creating heaven today, and we're going to find out something, if there is a message that I'm ready to receive, or that through our sharing we can receive, because we are both expecting God all the time. We know God's desire. We know His desire is to serve is to help save His children from suffering, and to bring happiness and love to all mankind. So we got about 5 more minutes, 5 or 6. So 5 or less. And so this is video 2 of season 3, and today's Friday, the 29th of May, 2020, and we are hopeful. We are hopeful and confident that this world, the reason this world exists is for love. This world exists to return love to God and to display love for the universe, and to allow our love for the creation and for all mankind to be expressed every moment, everywhere, all the time, past, present, and future. So we are in dwelling this moment, in seeking love and happiness and comfort for all mankind and thus for God, then we are creating a past of love. How do we create a future of love is to start by creating a past of love. And the past is nothing but the present, that up to the second we are in now. Every moment before this moment. And the more moments that we fill with heaven and hope and joy and happiness and the desire to comfort God through loving His children and caring and sending comfort and happiness to them, the more heaven we have. So that's all. That's pretty much the basic point of all the videos. And yeah. So it's a pretty simple point, but worth reiterating. We're at 11 minutes and 2 seconds. And anything else? We'll start at the very basics. Every day, it's worth starting at the beginning, because it's a simple message. It's a very basic and simple message, and it allows us. People like routine. People like a schedule. That's what I'm finding out today. I was making my schedule this morning, and I just felt very strongly, I need to make a schedule and follow it. Reverend Moon did say, he said, we all want to control the world to some extent, but we must start by controlling ourselves. And that's what I like about Japan. They have a very even and regular and intentional routine and schedule for their family, for their baby children and their young children and their older children, whatever, to grow up in and feel, depend on. We depend on love, and we depend on the care that and it forms our expectations. And the more fully we can fulfill the expectations and the good desires of those around us, the more we come in resonance with God, I think, and people that love each other. So that's definitely a climate we want to. So we got about another minute and a half here, or 2 and a half, at the maximum, 2 1/3. I'm not going to go over 14 minutes and a half at least, because it can sometimes run a little longer than the actual stopping point says. Okay, so there's 13 minutes and 4 seconds coming up. Daily schedule: 4, rise, 4:10, pray, or I won't say the times. Get up in the morning, rise, pray, clean and organize the house, prepare tea, miscellaneous for 10 minutes, remove excess files off the computer for 10 minutes, and then spend 10 minutes meditating. In other words, that's the time I'm waiting for the computer to load properly and fully, which is not that long, but anyway, I put meditate. I don't actually meditate, but I do pray, and I do try and use every extra moment. Okay, we've got less than 30 seconds. Every moment to do that. Study, make videos, upload to Facebook, work, listen to language MP3. I just today loaded my language I want to learn on MP3, so I'll be listening to it all day and all night. And then I shower and eat, go on Facebook, go on the internet, and then sleep. And it's reassuring somehow to have that schedule. At least today it was, and I think I'll keep up with it, and make slight alterations. But I just want anything to help us become more stable and more steady in receiving and giving love from our Creator, who is our parents, our common parents. Okay, it's 14 minutes and 24 seconds right now, 25 and so forth. So I'm going to end the video. Thank you for being here. It's been an absolute party being here, and I don't want to go past it's 14:40. Why did I say 30? Yeah. Okay. Thanks so much, family. God bless you, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.